What's up, guys? Alex here, and today we're taking a look at an older movie, one of my maybe all-time favorite demo scenes, or at least it used to be before Atmos came out. I thought probably most people have watched Ready Player One and Mad Max Fury Road, the demo scenes, countless times, so I thought it was a good idea to take a look at one of the older ones. Now, not only is this movie a bit old, but it also has an audio format that isn't that usual anymore. Probably wasn't that usual at that time when it came out either. But before we get into the demo scene itself, let me give you a quick look at the system that I'm running so you have some kind of reference to what I'm saying when we're talking about the scene itself. We're using the Bowers & Wilkins 706S2 with a matching center, as well as two PV1D subwoofers. The media is played by the Zappiti reference. Everything is processed by the Lyngdorf MP-40. As for amplification, we're using the ARCAM PA240 as well as the ARCAM PA720. As for surround channels as well as Atmos, we're using the Bowers & Wilkins M1 speakers. As you already know by now, we're talking about House of Flying Daggers that came out in 2004. Now this has a great demo scene and I think it holds up pretty well still today. Now, not only does it have a great demo scene, but it also actually has an audio format that isn't the most usual. It has the audio format called DTS ES Descrete 6.1. Now, what that means is that it also has a center back channel. Now, unfortunately, I don't have a center back channel, but if any of you viewers has it, please let me know if there's any big improvement of the overall experience if you use this while playing this scene. Now, I will also leave a link below in the description where you have a list over all movies that is using this audio format. It's not many, at least anymore, but there's some. But without further ado, let's get into the scene and we'll take a look at what's fun. Now, the first thing happens is the guy throws that bean going right, left, and then down. Now, first of all, it's a very detailed sound when it hits those drums. From the right to the left in each speaker. And also when it hits the ground, there's very clear to hear that it's lower in the soundstage when it hits the ground. And also it feels a bit like, if you know the soundtrack or song called Bubbles by Yosi Horikawa. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, I will leave a link in the description and I'm sure you'll understand when you listen to that one. But that's very nice. And of course, when that hits the ground, there's the scene when the dancer, she's hitting the drums in the same way. And there's very good impact when she hits those drums. I haven't heard those drums in real life, but it sounds very realistic to me. And also at the end, she kind of throws that ribbon up in the air. And you can also clearly hear that that sound is higher than the air level, which is nice. Now everyone gets impressed, and then it comes to the point where the guy takes all the beans from the bowl and just throws them out. Now when he throws them out, there's a very sharp sound of the friction from the bowl, and it's very detailed. It's actually very nice, but I think at least with maybe, I'm not sure if it's my setup or my Bowers Wilkins tweeters, but if that sound would be lasting for a while, it would definitely be fatiguing in my setup. Now to the real fun part. The beans hits all the drums and it creates this slow motion, massive pressurizing of your room, and you can really feel it just surrounding you. It almost becomes kind of claustrophobical because you can feel it's being so close to you. It's really nice if you play this loud. Now after that you hear all the beans also fall down, and also here, even though it's not Atmos or DTS X, of course you don't hear it like directly above you, but you still hear that effect of something falling down. So that's very nice. Now after this, of course, she kind of starts hitting all the drums in the same order, which is cool, but I think the climax has already passed there. But when it gets to the end, she kind of tries to steal his sword from the guy sitting in front of her, and then he throws the ball at her. And when he throws the ball, you can clearly hear the ball kind of moving around you here, and as she kind of like cuts it with her sword, which is pretty cool. But even though I'm not sure if this is only my setup, but I hear it kind of passing here, and when she cuts it, the cutting sound is actually more in the front than in the back. So it's a kind of like it feels more kind of object based, the ball itself, than actually the cutting sound afterwards. But I think that kind of clears up most about this scene, and please let me know if you enjoy this scene as well. Maybe if you have any other tips to kind of older movies that has great demo scenes that still holds up, and maybe I'll take a look at those in the next video. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.